Here we are, guys. Welcome back to the Escape 95 Club. Today we're talking about consistency. We talk about consistency because it's one of the most undervalued feature that you should embrace into your routine, into your game, I would say, into your strategy. If you're not consistent, you're not gonna win in this game. It's not about who's the best here. It's about who can show up more regularly to be more visible with their audience. This is when consistency come into play. And today I want to give you some advice and tips and recommendations to be more consistent, either if you're creating content or if you're going live as I do here on, we are on LinkedIn, on YouTube, on Facebook, we're on different places. Like, consistency is everything. If you are thinking about creating content, you need to be consistent because there is no other way to get visibility. There is no other way. You need to create content. You need to create content regularly. And this is the only way to get visibility on social media. You know, there are many other people out there that are less smart than you, less prepared, with less experience than you. And they're winning at this game because they're more consistent. And this is why I decided to talk about this topic. We need to build a habit. And I want to remind you one thing. We don't create a habit with something that we like to do. We create a habit with something that we don't want to do, but we know we have to do. That's why we create a habit. Otherwise, the habit will create by itself. So there are some things in our job that we don't want to do. I don't have any other way to put it. There are some things that you don't want to do, but you have to do. I was having this conversation the other day with a client, and she told me, look, I'm getting bored. I'm getting bored of posting on LinkedIn every single day. It's getting boring. I don't want to do it. And I told her, look, I know that you don't want to do it. It's not fun to post every single day, to be consistent with that. But there are some parts of our job that we need to do even if we don't want to do it. And I hope that this is clear with you. Otherwise, you wouldn't have the need to create a habit in your routine, right? So, consistency is everything. You know, one post doesn't make a difference. One post on social media doesn't matter. But 30 posts in 30 days, well, they matter. This is a complete different game. So it's not about what you can achieve overnight. It's about what you can achieve in the long game. It's about what you can achieve in 30 days or 90 days. This is why we want to create a routine. This is why we want to create a habit. It's not about running a marathon, or let's put it in this way. It's not about running a marathon from day one. It's about training little by little every day to reach the day when you have to run the marathon, and then you are ready. This is how you do. It's the same thing at the gym. You don't go to the gym and you lift, I don't know how much weight you want to lift. You have to train every single day. And I can tell you, you don't have to do much. If you think about it, if you go to the gym 10 minutes per day, in 30 days you will be fitter, healthier, sexier than if you never went to the gym, right? So it's about showing up. Obviously, you can always do more, but it's way better to do it than not doing it at all. I hope that this is clear because this makes a lot of difference. It's all about embracing healthy routines, and it's all about sticking with your habit, right? Now, it's about taking action. I think that you understood where I'm going with this. I don't want to talk about the strategy. I talk about the strategy a lot during my lives. This time, I don't want to talk about the strategy. I want to talk about the action, because action is what matters. Strategy sometimes is a distraction. It's about a lot of things that you have to do correctly, otherwise you're not going to reach the goal. This is different. This is just about taking action consistently, repeatedly. So I don't want to talk about the strategy for once. I want to do something different. I want to tell you, look, if you want to get results and get somewhere with your I don't want to use the word strategy, with your path, with your journey, you need to take action every single day. And it doesn't have to be a huge action. It doesn't have to be a massive action. It has to be something small that you do consistently every single day. And if this is posting on social media, as I'm doing on LinkedIn, for example, or Facebook, if I know that I have to post every single day, look, this is a non-negotiable in my strategy. I can't negotiate that. I have to do it even if I don't want to do it. This has to be clear. Creating an online business is not all butterflies and rainbows and unicorns. It's not about that. There are parts of doing this job that are really enjoyable, and I love my job. I wake up in the morning and I can't wait to start. But there are other parts that are not like this. There are other parts that are a struggle. There are other parts that we don't want to do, that we want to delegate. Well, guess what? Sometimes you have to do something that you don't want to do, but you know you have to do. That's why you need a habit, because doing something you don't want to do every single day is a struggle. But when you embrace it in your lifestyle, then it becomes an automation. And this is what we're here to do. We want to create automations. We want to create habits. That's when we do things automatically, even if we don't feel motivated to do them, even if we don't feel like do them, right? Okay, so let's go back to, I want to pick a clear example. So let's pick the clear example of posting on social media. Let's assume that you need to post every single day. The mistake that we usually do is to think that our post needs to be a masterpiece. Otherwise, we're not going to publish it. This is so wrong, because you are stopping yourself from doing what you're supposed to do. Look, as I said before, you need to post every single day. If this is your habit, I want you to post even if your post is way far from perfect. By the way, your post will never be perfect. You can improve it, tweak it, change it for the entire day, and still you may be unhappy about your post. So I want you to take action. I want you to post. I want you to understand the fact that even if you're going to post on social media, that post will be read by a really small amount of people. Imagine the attention span nowadays that is so short, and still you think that your post needs to be perfect, and people, maybe they're skipping through it. They don't even read it. And while you are spending hours and hours and hours and hours to create the perfect post or the perfect video before you post it, people just skip it in a second. So this is, I don't want to discourage you. I don't want to say that your content won't be seen by anyone online. I want just to say that you are not that important and your content is not that important. It has to be important for your audience, for the people who are watching and paying attention. It has to be filled with value, yes, but it doesn't have to be perfect. It's way better to post and publish every single day a post that is way far from perfect than spending hours and hours and hours crafting your post because you want to be sure 100% that that's a gold mine of content, right? So remember this, your content is not that important. Every single second online, I don't know how many posts are published on every social media, millions, maybe, I don't know, I have no idea. And still you are spending hours crafting the perfect post. It doesn't make sense if you think about it. So stick to the routine, stick to the action. As I said before, do not think about the strategy for now. Think about the content that you're supposed to create. You need to be a person of value. You need to post content that is understandable, readable, and interesting and valuable. Yes, I don't want you to post crap. I want you to post content that has value. But don't give too much importance to your content, because you can post today and you can post tomorrow and you can post the day after and the day after and the day after. So if your post doesn't reach 1 million people today, don't worry. You can try again tomorrow, or you can try again later today. It's like buying a ticket of the lottery. You know, if you buy one ticket and you don't win and you say, oh my God, this is a complete failure, I will never buy a new ticket anymore. It doesn't make sense, because you can do it again and you can try again. With your content, it's the same exact thing. You can post today, and if it doesn't reach anyone, try again tomorrow. You have another chance. You have another 1,000,000 chances that you can use. So don't give too much weight. Don't give too much importance to your post. Craft something that It's important to post, obviously, that has value, that has some knowledge in there, that will help some people and teach something important to some people, but don't make it perfect, because you're just wasting your time. The goal here, if you are creating content on social media, is to use social media as a journal. It's about using social media as a journal. Really important to understand this concept. I want you to keep your eyes open, and every time that you see something interesting that you can share with your audience, do it. That could be something that you read on a book. That could be something that you see by chance walking on the street. That could be something that came to your mind. And don't be afraid to repeat yourself, because your audience wants you to repeat concepts. They want to listen to something over and over and over again. I think that what I'm sharing with you today, I've been sharing this countless times, and still people are listening to me because they want to refresh some content, some knowledge that they already have in their mind. But it's great for motivation. It's great for motivation. It's great to refresh something that you have to know. And as I said, it's great motivation for people. So probably you heard what I'm saying here from other people as well, but you needed to hear it today, because it will be the motivation that you needed today and the day and the next days. So this is about consistency. Now I want to drop here in my whiteboard the word action. Action is what matters. Okay, forget about the strategy. Strategy is something that you don't need right now. You need action. You need to take action. You need to take consistent action every single day. Create a habit. The easiest way to create a habit is to put on a queue your habit before another, after or before another habit that you do every single day. So if you drink your coffee in the morning, and this is a habit, this is something that you do every single day, just chain your new habit to this one. You can do it while you're drinking your coffee or after you drink your coffee. This is the easiest way to embrace a new habit. Think about the action. Just take action, even if it's not perfect, even if it's really far from perfect. Take action, because this is what matters. And if sometimes you are losing your motivation or you have doubts about the strategy, this is another advice that I want to give you today. Look, motivation is finite. Motivation will go up and go down continuously. It's like a roller coaster. So do not rely on motivation, because it's a big mistake. Think about New Year resolutions. You start the year with the best intentions, you have your goal in mind, and the first couple of weeks are great. You are focused, you do what you're supposed to do, but then motivation goes down. This is natural. It's not about you. You're not the one failing. It's absolutely human. This is how we are programmed. We are motivated, and then we lose the motivation, and then we lose faith. It's normal for each one of them, or for each one of us. So what can we do to prevent this? What can we do to stay focused? Something that you can do is to be held accountable, or I think that this is the right way to put it. Be held accountable. How can you be accountable? You can't keep yourself accountable. It doesn't work like this. So if you're trying to hold yourself accountable, it's not going to work for a long time. Let me tell you this. So do not do it. You need to find someone else who will hold you accountable. So if you still don't have your inner group of people, if you still don't have your little mastermind of people that you hang out with every single week, create one. The easiest way to stick with your routine, to stick with your strategy, if you have a daily action that you have to take, is to talk with your spouse or a friend or a colleague and tell them that you have to do that every single day, and tell them that they should keep an eye on you. If you have another person who is keeping an eye on you and checking if you have done what you have to do every single day, now we're held accountable. If you have multiple people, it works even better. I have a group of people. I have a group of 5 people. We meet every single week and we talk about what we're doing. And we share what we're supposed to do. And all the other people are holding me accountable and I hold them accountable. This is easier. Think about if you have to wake up really early in the morning and you're sleeping by yourself. You can hear the alarm and then you're gonna shut down the alarm because you're by yourself and you can do that, right? It's easier to do that. But imagine that you're sleeping with someone. You're sleeping with your spouse. You're in your bed with your spouse and she knows or he knows that you have to wake up at 6 a.m. Now, if you hear the alarm, it's you and your spouse who are holding you accountable. And it's easier for you to get out of the bed at 6 a.m. Something that maybe you don't do if you're alone. With this, I want to say that you have to find someone else who will hold you accountable. Do not count on yourself. Stop holding yourself accountable. Find someone. So accountability is the other word that I wanted to put there. And accountability works really well if you have someone else or more than a single person to hold you accountable. An easy thing that you can do is to find other, if you're an entrepreneur, if you're a solopreneur, on the web you find a lot of people like you. Find a couple other people like you and propose them. What do you think about meeting on Zoom once per week? And we just share what we're doing right now and we can get feedback from the others. What do you think about that? It doesn't have to be that long. It could be an hour long, an hour call. And you will see that you will stick to your routine way easier than before because now you're not alone anymore. This is called a mastermind. I learned this concept from the book The Common Path to Uncommon Success from John Lee Dumas. And he explained this concept of the mastermind, of finding a couple of other people that you meet consistently every week and you hold yourself accountable. You hold each other accountable and it works really well. It works extremely well. So do this. Find other people who can keep you accountable, can hold you accountable and meet with them consistently. I assure you that this will make a huge difference in what you want to do and what habit you want to stick with. Right? Now, this is, and then when you have this group, you will understand how stupid your excuses are. This is another thing that you will realize. It's really like the reasons why we don't stick with our routines, with the things that we're supposed to do. These reasons are really stupid, but we don't realize them because we believe those excuses. But when you have someone else making you understand why your excuses are stupid, you finally have this light bulb moment and you realize that this actually makes sense. This is really stupid. I should do what I'm supposed to do and I should stop thinking about myself not doing them, right? All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. This was a really short masterclass, a really short lesson that I want to share with you because I think it's really important to understand how to hold yourself accountable. It's incredibly important. So thank you very much for watching. I'm going to see you again here. Actually, on Friday, I will have a great interview that I want you to join. So stay tuned, and I'm going to see you in a couple of days. Bye for now.